Hi, so I've had my SmokeFire for 3 weeks. The first week I had some troubles with it and I tried to take a video of my first attempt at a brisket. It failed and I had to finish it in the oven. Today is the day that hopefully I'm gonna redeem my SmokeFire with another brisket. So I have here a 15 pounder full packer brisket USDA prime. I'm gonna open it to dry it up with some kitchen towels. I'm gonna trim it and I'm gonna apply a rub of kosher salt, coarse ground black pepper, equal portions, and half a portion of granulated garlic and half a portion of celery seed. I'll apply that rub and we'll throw it on the smoker. I have finished trimming this brisket. I got at least 4 pounds of trimmings out of this. However, most of these trimmings I will save for my next batch of sausage. I never made sausage in my life and I saved these trimmings to add them to another smaller brisket, and I will use these as a natural sausage in natural lamb casings, but that's another video. So for now I have finished trimming this brisket. I trimmed most of the fat on top of the point and I left minimal amount of fat on the flat side. On the back side of this, I trimmed actually the vast majority of the fat and I removed all the silver skin. I added the dry rub I just mentioned, the pepper, salt, and some celery seed and granulated garlic. I'm gonna allow this one just to sit in the fridge for maybe an hour and I'm gonna stick it on my smoker. It's 11 o'clock almost now, maybe 10:30. Around midnight, right before I go to bed, I'm gonna put this on the smoker at 225 and allow it to smoke until tomorrow morning, where I'm gonna check the temperature and wrap it in butcher paper and finish cooking it. So what I have here is I put the brisket on the top shelf of my SmokeFire, which is preheated to 200. Now I have my thermo pen here. My thermo pen is reading 225 at 200, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna insert my thermometer into the thickest part of my point, and you might see I have a drip pan underneath. I'm gonna put some boiling water in it. My goal is not really to use the drip pan to catch the fat, it's mainly to add some moisture. So I boiled the water. What you're hearing here is my therm pen telling me that the temperature is getting too low. I'm just using the therm pen because I'm gonna go to bed, just for my peace of mind, so that if the temperature something happens and it drops, it will let me know. It's right here. And hopefully we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. It's about 8 o'clock the next day and I woke up about an hour ago and I was monitoring the temperature from my bed actually. What I noticed is that the temperature has been, the lowest I've seen was about 200, the highest I've seen was about 270, and that's on my Therm Pro temperature. During that past hour, the temperature on the grill did not change. It's kept steady at 225. Considering basically that, hey, I did not have to do anything the whole night last night from around midnight to 8 o'clock, I call that really good. I mean, 225, I changed the target before I went to bed. I thought 200 a little bit too low. It stayed between 200 to 200, almost 70. I'm gonna call that good, 225, but most of the time actually it was around 230 to 245. The other comment I have is I did not touch the hopper. I just filled it before I went to bed. You can see that there's nothing taken from here, but hey, for about 8 hours I did not have to touch this, and I think if you can get more than 8 hours without having to do anything, I'm gonna call that a success too. The third thing I have here is all the water, about 1 quart of water, had evaporated. The color on my brisket looks really nice. I can see that I have very nice bark here. What I'm gonna do right now, the temperature of my brisket had hit 160. I'm gonna wrap it in butcher paper and put it back in the grill. I'm gonna take the temperature of the grill up to 275. I am ready to wrap the brisket. I'm gonna just put some spritzing. I have here half water, half apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna apply some moisture to this brisket from all direction. It's really nice bark I have here. I'm gonna wrap it and put it back on the smoker. I have wrapped the brisket as tight as I could, and I re-hooked up the thermocoupler, the thermometer, still at 160. What I'm gonna do right now, close the door and take the temperature up to 275. That's the target temperature, and I will notice how high the temperature in the grill actually gets. It has been actually on the smoker for 16 and a half hours. It hit 205 and it was tender, and I'm just cutting it, and wow, look at this. Smoke ring is perfect. I'm gonna start slicing it and test the outside bark here. This is really nice. Thank you for watching and enjoy your next cooks.